So it is time for our panel discussion, and I welcome Oleksii Vlasenko, FinTech Account Manager at AWS, to join us. Oleksii has 15 years of experience in IT and payments, while have been working at Visa and Microsoft on complex cloud projects. Oleksii has focused on FSI and FinTech segments and created a new payment method, Face ID. Hi, Oleksii, welcome.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here and be like a panel discussion with my colleagues. And I will ready to discuss cloud, AWS cloud. I'm experienced with Microsoft and as you already said, and Visa payments. Yeah, my focus is FinTech and FSI customers, but I will ready to discuss any cloud discussion and cloud journey.
By the way, a reminder to our audience, don't forget to send your questions to the chat so speakers can answer them during this session. So let's begin with our panel discussion. The first question goes to Oleksii, actually, but guys, please feel free to put your opinions on the table as well. Oleksii, so can you explain how can a company determine the most suitable infrastructure or architecture for its needs? Because there are like thousands of services on AWS. There are different options doing it like hybrid, on-prem only, or entirely cloud-based setup. So which one is the most effective one?
Yeah, thank you for the question. This is really a good question because if you ask me 10 years ago, for example, what is the cloud? We have just two options, like a private cloud and public cloud. In private cloud, when the customer built it inside and call it like a private cloud, and public cloud, it's something outside from the organization, outside from the country. Now this time is different. We have a lot of clouds. We have private, public. We have hybrid clouds. We have multi clouds. And multi clouds, when customer use a lot of cloud providers, and this is one of the, if we check some popular IDC or other agencies, they forecast that multi-cloud like a future for customer, because customer use the best part of the different clouds. And my suggestion, not focus with some specific cloud, because every customer, every company, it's absolutely different, has different structure, different requirements. Like Oleksiy said today about the Axapta, and we have business customers because they're not okay with the shutdown process or something else. And it depends from the requirements, and and AWS also provides not just a cloud like a public cloud. We also build hybrid cloud, and sometimes maybe and another infrastructure which help us to achieve more to customers. And I don't have like a clear answer. Okay, hybrid cloud is the best. No, it depends from the requirements, depends with the situation, depends on the budget finally, and AWS has flexible options which provide solution which exactly should help to customers and company.
Thank you. So also, Oleksii, you went through the technical aspects, but let's hear the business aspects of choosing the hybrid cloud strategy from Oleksandr. What was the main driver that you go with this path?
Gizem, first I would like to recommend don't waste much time to read descriptions, to read some comparisons. Yes, you have to read, but try. We have opportunity to give you try some your business cases, to try some business tasks in real infrastructure. You will see during the test period the real expenses, and architects can help you to find the best solution to differentiate what kind of your services is better in public cloud, what kind of your services is better to live on premise. Every decision can be made as a result of experiment, because every company is unique, every business strategy is unique, and your choice have to be a reflection of your business strategy. It's all about business. It's not about to be the most technological company in the world. The issue is to be the most effective company at your market, and you have to choose technologies from this point.
I think one of the greatest benefits of using cloud is that is giving you this flexibility to do the experimentation. As you said, you can try, fail, decide on something else, some other solution, some other paths. Oleksii went through whole the journey while they are migrating. Oleksii, for those who have transitioned to AWS or considering, what were the main advantages that you experienced on the technical side, other than having lots of new toys on your hands?
Main advantages that you can experiment. Actually, you can have an idea to try this idea in same environment on same data with same amount of computation in matter of minutes and decide if it's work or not. Because with on-premise infrastructure, it's really hard to deploy test environments and try new stuff. In cloud, you can do it on production data, basically with your production infrastructure. Even if you use infrastructure as a code, spin up copy of your infrastructure is a matter of minutes. So basically you can check your ideas really fast and roll back or go forward. And this is a main advantage of cloud from my perspective.
And how did you decide which workloads should be moved to the cloud and which should be kept local? How did you do the prioritization on your journey?
In our journey, actually, we were pushed by business to move as much as we can, but sometimes it doesn't work. Or doesn't make sense. So if we see that a particular workload will work better on premise and there is no any benefits to move it in cloud, you don't move it. If you see that a particular workload, you try to move it and you got some issues, bad experience and so on, again, you don't move it, you leave it at home. And it's really depends. There is no, in my mind, I don't have a right framework that I can like a checklist. Okay, if that you don't move, if that you move. No, in our case, as an example, access control system. You can move controller from your control access control system to cloud, but what a benefit from it about it? There is you got additional issue with internet connection. If you lost your internet connection, you lost access to your office, and almost zero benefits. So it doesn't make sense. So
Yeah.
it's really depends on type of workloads, on your business solutions, how it can be, because sometimes it's not the technical obstacles, it's your business process which hold you from moving to cloud.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, technical obstacles, I believe number one. And Oleksandr, what's your opinion about this on the business aspects?
What's my opinion about exactly? Can I please clarify the question?
Yeah. I just asked about like how did you do the prioritization while you are deciding, let's move this part to the cloud, but let's keep this
Okay.
locally.
You know,
Um,
mhm, I can tell you from the point of view of Elcore, as far as our today uh, meeting mostly dedicated to our experience. What is the most important? Oleksiy mentioned in his presentation OPEX and CAPEX. Let me tell a little bit more about that. That is a huge issue. First, that is a huge headache for CFO to have unliquid assets. Unliquid assets are the big part of this unliquid assets are the old servers, the old storages that just laying at our stock. And for example, if I bought them 5 years ago for $100,000, it's it's not a fact that I will sell it, this old equipment, even for $10,000, because for 5 years, all equipment became morally old, appeared new equipment, and if I am on the road of buying the new equipment, I will have a huge headache. What will I do with equipment that is morally old? And using AWS, our CFO has got big relief from this headache, and infrastructure is our operational expenses and not capital expenses. And the second point, every business has its price. It doesn't matter of not every business will be sold one day, but every business think about that, or been sold, or been, for example, moved to IPO or something like this. Business has its price, and business who has a lot of unliquid assets has lower price than business with liquid assets. And the last important thing I would like to say, I am as head of AWS department and as a manager of AWS many years ago in Elcore. Axapta were one of my main tool to do my job, because I make orders in Axapta, and just comparison in number. If, for example, back in 2018, I wasted a half an hour to place an order. Right now, it take me from 5 to 10 minutes. That is a matter of efficiency. That is a matter of what every manager dreaming of, to have more time for doing nothing. So I have more time for doing nothing.
that's great. So let's discuss the shared responsibility model after like joy of doing nothing. So in the cloud computing, maybe this is a question to Oleksiy. How does delegating complex tasks to AWS benefit for like an organization, not just like FinTech, but all around the customers that you have on AWS?
Yeah, this is a really great question, and the responsibility model. This is one of the differentiator and pillar from AWS, which help us understand, first of all, companies and customers, how we split responsibility, because depends on the solution. We have just classic solution like virtual servers. When it's very clear responsibility, we just host responsible for physical maintenance, energy, updates and network. I'm sorry, not updates, just network communication, and that's all. And we have like a less responsibility, and customer have more responsibility. And of course, it depends, and it influence due to the price, and we have the very good price. Some of the solutions like serverless, when customer not manage solution, they don't have, they don't need to manage the solutions. They need to just put the data, for example, database, Aurora database, and that's all. And AWS care about everything, increasing, decreasing, powerful and database. And of course, it's more responsibility for AWS and less responsibility for customers. And sometimes it looks like a more price and more, and it's more expensive, but if we calculate some processes, speed of reaction, it looks all the time it looks like a it's good case. And model of responsibility just explain how where customer responsibility, where AWS responsibility. It's like a like a super teach all both sides how they manage infrastructure more efficiency, more productive. And of course we try to explain this model, present together with Elcore, because the Elcore is our strategic partner, and we work together all the time. And I know the guys knows very well, and we're proud that we have this model. And yeah, I think it's one of the good instruments when we just explain how they manage clouds. Yeah, thank you.
Oleksii, how did you relieved after moving some of the responsibilities that you have to the like shoulders of AWS?
Actually, I was in charge of migration, but I'm not a guy who managed it. So it's not I remove part of my responsibility to AWS. But after like 8 years with AWS, our sysadmin is really happy with it. And right now, at start he was opposed and don't like AWS at all. He don't want to learn it. He don't want to deal anything with AWS. And now we have access to every major cloud provider in our company, and our sysadmin prefers AWS because he's comforting for him, and he he believes that it reduced his workload and provide him opportunity to do more interesting and more productive tasks on our IT infrastructures, and just worrying about hardware, changing disks, and running around a diet server with screens. Something like that.
Cool. Thanks for the sharing of not your relief, but your fellow co-workers' relief, at least. In management, there are like often a fear about hybrid infrastructure. So let's address these concerns a little bit. So let's start with the first one. Is it truly complex, expansive, and knowledge intensive? Who wants to go?
It depends. First of all, to build a hybrid environment, you definitely need to have some expertise. But if you build hybrid environment, you already have expertise, at least at on-premise, and you can definitely utilize it. So basically, if you already have your sysadmins and you build your on-premise infrastructure and you want to build hybrid infrastructure, it's possible to utilize current knowledge of your IT staff. And in terms of it's expensive. No, if you build it right, it will be cheaper than you just go with on-prem. And in terms of how to do it, it's not so complicated actually. AWS provides a lot of nice best practice guides how to do stuff, how to start it, and again, AWS have a lot of partners, us, but in particular, who help companies with their cloud journey and can share their own expertise on building hybrid clouds. So you don't need to do it all by yourself. You can rely on others' knowledge and on others' expertise. So it's my take on this question. Guys?
Anyone else?
Let me add something. You always can start from small steps, and these small steps are not expensive. Try something, something little, something that is clear, that will give you experience. For example, to put some backup at the cloud, look how to manage it. Move some simple WordPress website. Start from that, and you will see, and you will try everything on your own experience, and then it will give you a good platform to make further decision and to plan something.
I also want to add that a hybrid solution, it's a good option. So always for customers, not all customers ready to migrate to the cloud, and this is true. And for example, we have, from my experience for this year, we migrate a lot of customers, especially from financial institution, to we call it solution disaster recovery. It's like a backup. It's and usually it looks like you have your main infrastructure and you need to rebuild the same copy of infrastructure in cloud. Sometimes it's expensive because customers, because you need to just copy of infrastructure in cloud, and but of course this is very sustainable solution when you can switch immediately to the cloud. But some of the customer who has different requirements, for example, they have like a 1 hour or 2 or a couple hours to switch to the cloud solution. We have, for example, elastic disaster recovery solution, when you have like an active solution in your own premise and passive and not active at that moment in the cloud, and just synchronize database between hybrid infrastructure, and if some disaster recovery event happens, just turn on this is cloud solution and it's like a wake up and switch to the cloud. And it means that some more economic solution, but also good solution. Again, I just want to repeat that it depends from the customer requirements, what the situation we have, what the current RTO, RPO. This is technical requirements for backup. And we can find and propose good solution for specific case. It's a fully support from my side and in hybrid solutions.
I think it's amazing because the on-prem alternative of that is replicating the same on-prem infrastructure, all the hardware that you had on the primary location to like a disaster site, which means like doubling your hardware costs, your licensing costs, plus setting up some replication. So I think cloud as a disaster recovery point is a amazing alternative.
And the last point about expensive, there are a lot of very useful features that are free or almost free. For example, using AWS, you receive DDoS attack protection on the level of infrastructure for free. You can compare with investment to build your own system of protection from DDoS. And there are many other tools for provisioning, for monitoring, for planning that are free or almost for free. So my personal answer is no, it's not expensive, including and taking into account the value of what you receive.
Okay, so another question is, does it lead to a loss of control with so many like technologies that you have, so many components that you have?
Strange question. uh, Actually, not at all. AWS provide a lot of solution to monitoring your workload and in native way, and actually it reduce complexity because with System Manager you not only can monitor your cloud solution but also on-prem solution, and it's a really nice tool from my technical point of view. And actually, from my point of view, AWS reduce complexity, not enlarge it.
So, Oleksandr?
Let me answer. Yeah, for me, your question doesn't sound strange. I understand why you're asking, because we were starting our meeting from the point that we have various IT environment. We have a lot of Microsoft applications such as Axapta, Dynamics 365, and many Citrix thin clients. Besides that, we have Cisco applications, security Cisco application, and yeah, it can sound like we have very various and very difficult infrastructure. And as far as I understood your question, you mean is it difficult to monitor that? I will answer with kind of particular thing. Yes, I agree with what Oleksiy said. Our life became easier, and I will tell you why. For example, we have Microsoft applications such as Axapta, not only. Microsoft applications is always about licensing, and what makes life easier, I don't buy licenses from Microsoft separately. I raise virtual machines already licensed by Microsoft. The same point with Cisco. I don't buy from Cisco their products. I go to Microsoft, to AWS Marketplace, and I make subscription of Cisco ASA in such a configuration that I need. The most interesting and complicated thing with Citrix, thin clients, thin clients. But anyway, we have a possibility to look for this all various zoo, as we call it, from the one point, and that's what makes our life easier. Yeah, it's different. It's various. It's complicated, but we have enough tools to monitor from one place all the things.
Yeah, very nice
I also
insights.
want to
So,
add. Yes,
yeah,
just
that
thank you.
was
I just
actually
want
going
to say,
to give you the
uh,
microphone. Yeah, Oleksii.
okay, I'm sorry. Just from my point of view, of course, if you have just one panel of control on premise, and after you deploy the cloud services, you have like a second panel of management infrastructure. You have two. It looks like you have more points of control. and looks like you have double attention. But honestly, if you use on-premise solution, you have all your services requires different manage panel control or some interface. And if you switch to cloud, it looks like you have just one root access, and you have just one account, and you through this account you control all your services. It depends which situation, yes. But honestly, I believe if your company move to the cloud, it more go close to simplification, of control, and because a lot of processes already optimized, and you have some monitors, controls, notification. You don't need to, spread your attention about it. And I believe the cloud helps to simplify control of all infrastructure.
Great. So I'm going to ask one more thing to you, Oleksii. So how compatible is AWS with other platforms, particularly in terms of bringing in licensing to AWS, like Elcore did for while migrating their instances and moving their Microsoft licenses? Can you tell us a little bit more about AWS Marketplace and also technology partners of AWS?
Yeah, usually we not comment some other platforms because we respect our competitors and respect what they're doing. Yes, regarding AWS, it's very simple. We have very transparent price, services, everything you can find aws.com, and or ask me and my colleagues or partner. AWS Marketplace, it's something a little bit different because it calls like a B2B marketplace when any partner, any company which using services AWS can upload their solution, for example, white label, for example, bank application, and use full potential from marketplace, which cover whole world, and resell the products through the marketplace. And this is, standard offer, and a lot of companies buy some solution through the marketplace because it's easy to buy it. You don't need to connect to for example, some vendors, and for some graphic solution, or I don't know, architecture solution. You need to just go register and download and easily pay. And this is why marketplace can be simple solution which help us to customer get faster and easier solution, and for developer companies just easily upload solution and use full power from AWS and resell solution.
Oleksii, Oleksandr, do you have any comments on the compatibility that you
Yes,
explained?
I don't. I wouldn't say that it's a comment. But I just while Oleksii were answering this question, I remembered one moment from my life, from my communication with customer when I had nothing to say. And actually, I would like to hear what Oleksii, my colleague Oleksii Shut, architect, would answer. That was such a negotiation with one of potential customer. I telling him about AWS, about different features, different advantages. And this customer asking me when you will have Active Directory. Everybody knows what is Active Directory. You call me again and we will talk. I didn't find anything to say. Then we have Active Directory, but he didn't trusted me because he is a Microsoft lover. And he has kind of stereotype that only Microsoft Cloud has such a Microsoft solution as Active Directory. So I would like to hear what Oleksii would answer on my place.
Answer is same. AWS perfectly capable to spin up Microsoft Active Directory. Actually, AWS have two type of Microsoft Active Directories, but in this case, it's more a game of convincing than telling something. It's hard hard to try say something that will change mind of such person. But from my way, I want to remind everyone that AWS have a special program about license mobility. It's a special page on the AWS site where you can read about possibilities to bring your own Microsoft license to AWS. And it's definitely possible. There is a couple of ways how to do it. And if you need partners of AWS, such as Aria, can help you with this journey. It's not simple. It's not simple, not because it's AWS fault. It's a restriction from Microsoft side. Microsoft love their money, so they prefer to do it as hard as possible to move to in a way they don't want you to move, but it's possible, and it's after you do it, it's very simple to use. Okay.
Yeah, we are not against Microsoft. We love Microsoft, and will help you to raise Microsoft environment in AWS.
That's a great collaboration of technologies, let's say. So, any last thoughts, guys, before we end up our panel conversation?
I
Oleksiy?
just, yes, thank you. Just want to say thank you for this great opportunity, and I just want to say that the cloud is nothing, something bad or something expensive. I don't know. Cloud is always journey, and when we can try it, and all providers and partner networks try to help the company to achieve more and find the best solution for business, and give us opportunity to care about some basic infrastructure in the cloud. And and we always open and ready to support, and just let us know. And me and Oleksiy, Oleksandr, yes, and this is great team, and thank you guys. We're happy to be here, say again, and that's all. Yes.
Thanks, Oleksiy. We had very much happy to have you here as well. So, core team, do you want to share your last thoughts?
Let me start. I want to encourage you. Yes, that is the right word. To try. Don't be afraid of cloud. Don't be afraid of losing money. You will not lose money. We will cover your period of test. And take one important point. If you will come to any public cloud platform, including AWS, you will see there a trial period. And I would encourage you, don't pay attention to that. Don't use trial period. Just call me or Oleksiy. We will give you not trial, we'll give you real infrastructure. What is the difference between trial infrastructure and real infrastructure that we will cover for our marketing expenses? That with us you can deploy a real business task and to see real workloads, how they work in AWS. On simple trial version, you will be very limited. So I encourage you to try. Just choose what steps you can look, and just receive this experience. If you're already familiar with AWS, I encourage you to Keep in touch because every time appears something new, and we are always ready to be useful, to be helpful. In every country that we are, where are you from? We are present locally in Turkey, in Georgia, in Azerbaijan, and in Kazakhstan. So we have local offices, we have local people. Let's keep in touch.
From my side, it was really, really interesting experience. Thank you all for your time, for your thoughts. It was really nice.
All right. So thank you a lot for this discussion. I think it was breathtaking, and I hope everyone found it very interesting and got something new to know.